Hi, my name is Cheryl Evans. I'm the Road Safety Officer for West Berkshire Council. Thank you for joining me today. I'd also like to say thanks to RSGB, to Nick and the team at Stenec for providing us with a platform for the 2020 conference. And in fact, interestingly, my inspiration for RouteGuard came from a presentation at the 2016 Bristol conference that I attended. So I'm really looking forward to see what other officers will be presenting over this Festival of Road Safety. Today, I just want to give you a little bit more of an insight into RouteGuard itself, its uniqueness, and why I think local authorities, appropriate organisations, and their schools should sign up. So RouteGuard is a mobile phone app that is designed to help families plan travel together. Its overarching concept is to encourage safe and independent travel, but also to provide that peace of mind to whether a child is walking, scooting or cycling to or from school or any other place, be that a shop, a grandparent's house, a friend's house, to the town or to the park. It can also be used on journeys if they go by bus or by train, so it is very versatile and adaptable for route planning. RouteGuard is unique. It's not like any other app that's available on the market currently. It's not just about knowing where somebody is, it's about the parent and the child agreeing and planning a route together. The RouteGuard system pairs two phones, parent and child. The parent is the route guardian, and it's the functionality on their phones that allows them to create the safe zones, so the areas where they are happy for the young person to either go or the route for them to take. You then assign those safe zones to days of the weeks and times that you specifically want, and you can do as many as you like. So for example, a home to school route might be planned between 8:15 and 9:15, Monday to Friday, but you could also incorporate a different after school route, maybe to a friend's house or to a childminder's. And this can be further extended over the weekends, visits to the skate park, to into town. And it can even be used on day trips or on holiday, because actually RouteGuard will work anywhere. Of course, the idea of the RouteGuard system is that if after agreeing all of these safe zones with a young person, if they actually deviate or come out of those safe zones, as the guardian, you are notified by text. And those breaches are, again, another opportunity to be able to just discuss with the young person why or how you feel as a parent guardian around those activities, why you wouldn't necessarily give them more independence, your concerns around their safety. And that can be done either when they get home, or obviously you could instantly phone them. I think that pretty much covers what RouteGuard can do. But like I said, what I wanted to do or achieve today was to encourage you to sign up as a local authority organisation or a school. What does RouteGuard offer you, you might ask? So hopefully you remember I mentioned that the conference in 2016 for Bristol, where my inspiration for RouteGuard came, but there is always going to be two worlds colliding. So the work that I was involved with at that time was the very difficult removal of home to school transport and the need for the council to make some really difficult budget decisions. And those two worlds colliding has led to RouteGuard itself. Locally, parents were really angry, understandably. And their main cause for concern is how were they going to get their children to school safely? And the only sense to them was to put them back in a car and take them to school themselves. That was their only option. But was it? One thing that we looked at really early on in the development of RouteGuard was our council's hands up surveys, particularly around how the young people had travelled to school that day, and also how they would travel, walk, scoot or cycle given the choice. Not surprisingly, getting to Key Stage 4 and Key Stage 5, their preferred option was to either be a passenger or to be a driver, and that was a dominant factor for their results. To be honest, it got me thinking, you know, over the years as a road safety team, we'd offered our schools pedestrian training, bikeability training, support around campaigns for walk to school week or month, and all of those, yet consistently within the Hands Up survey, there wasn't any increase in walking and cycling. It remained consistent, as did given the choice. So there was still a clear intention for our young people to want to do it. So where were the barriers coming from, and what was stopping them from actually engaging with active travel should they want to do that? From our Hands Up survey, we'd also identified that over 90% of them had a bike, 87% of them had a helmet, 80% plus had different cycle training. So maybe it wasn't what was stopping them. It wasn't certainly a skills deficit, but maybe we needed to consider who was stopping them from cycling. As a local authority, just like us in West Berkshire, you probably provide a load of road safety active travel initiatives. I'd already mentioned bikeability and pedestrian training, the walk to school months, the 5-minute walking or 5-minute bubble, school crossing patrollers, or even school streets. And RouteGuard is another tool to your armoury, but it can offer you a little bit more to help and support those parents that are potentially stopping young people given a choice to engage with active travel activity. It really is not unreasonable for a parent to want to make sure that their child has entered or got to school. We really do understand that. But what RouteGuard does is actually provide the user an opportunity and reassure them that they have reached schools by offering them a real-time location check opportunity. Interestingly, the parents' feedback on this real time is that that type of checking activity is actually reduced once they gain the trust of their young person, or the trust that they feel that their young person is keeping to the safe zones that they are created. And also, interestingly, on the reverse of that is young people see this as independence and freedom and not as big brother. So let's go back to some of those issues that we all have as local authorities outside our schools. So parking, speeding, maybe air quality. Could RouteGuard help any of those campaigns that you are doing to encourage parents out of their cars and to allow them or their young people to engage with activities like walking, cycling, scooting, where you've provided all of the bikeability training, pedestrian training, etc.? Originally, for me, it was all about RouteGuard providing an option for the parents and trying to avoid them defaulting back to their cars. But today, it's used by West Berkshire Council as part of the solution for our transport teams who deal with home to school and also transport appeals. It's also worth mentioning like other specific groups like ADHD or special needs young people. The app would certainly help a much wider age group range enjoy and help them gain more independence. If anything I have mentioned sits either as part of your role or the work that you're doing, or you know a colleague that might find it helpful or useful within their job, then please share it with them. simply sign up to RouteGuard by going to www.routeguard.co.uk. Creating your account is really simple, and as you reach the landing page, you'll see that there is one specifically for local authorities and organisations, and there's one for schools. I won't cover the schools element today, as we're running webinars on the 17th of November to help school leaders that want to get involved with RouteGuard. So hopefully you'll share that information with all of your schools. Hopefully I've covered quite a lot around how unique the RouteGuard app is itself, and also how, as a local authority, I hope you can see how it can enhance some of the road safety initiatives and campaigns that you are already involved with, and that actually by breaking down the barriers with parents to reassure them that their child has arrived safely will be a really positive enhancement to the work that you're doing. RouteGuard is a mobile phone app, and it really does need to get to the end user, and the end user is those parents and children. The next stage has to be to get RouteGuard out there, and one of the safeguarding measures that we put in place is to make this available only really through our schools. So although anybody can download the parent app and the child app that allows the phones to synchronize together to join up, the functionality of RouteGuard cannot be accessible unless you've got this unique code, which is why it's really important that the schools have their own and that they become the gatekeepers and only provide that unique code to their school community and their parents that they that belong to them. Once you've been signed up and you're verified, which is a safeguarding process that we've put in place, you'll be issued with a unique code for yourself, and ultimately you become the gatekeepers of that code. Like I'd mentioned before, you know, share it with your colleagues, those that within their own roles might be able to use RouteGuard to support the work that they are doing. And do not share your unique code with your schools. When they sign up, they will receive their own unique code, and they'll be able to share that with their school community and parents. And we want to make sure that our children remain safe and independent, and that's the whole point. So I hope you can see the benefits. I hope you will share this with your schools. Like I said, we do have a webinar training session on the 17th of November for all school leaders or a nominated person within the school that they would like to know a little bit more about RouteGuard and how, as a school, they can share it with their parents. And again, for the schools, it's completely free of charge. The only cost is for the download of the RouteGuardian side of the app, which is £2.99. And for a parent, that's a one-off payment. So it doesn't matter whether they've got one child or whether they've got 20 children. It's still only the single outlay of £2.99. As part of the marketing strategy, there is 1.7 million young people in our year sixes. Similar numbers for year 5, year 7 and year 8. If we can together provide opportunity to just, 1%, 10%, 20% of the market, I think it will really help us encourage more walking and cycling and scooting to school and beyond that, because like I say, this isn't just about the school journey. This is also about all the times in between that young people could be encouraged to actively walk or cycle or scoot. And I suppose for me, I know the schools are all busy. I know COVID plays quite a significant part in our lives at the minute. But you know, RouteGuard can still help those. I know it's, you know, at the minute, public transport is not as popular maybe for young people to travel by. So this is a real opportunity to encourage more walking and cycling. But it always comes down to whether a parent feels confident or reassured that their young person has arrived at school. And this is where RouteGuard really plays a strength. So even during COVID, I know schools are busy, I know parents are busy, but it is really a great opportunity to try and encourage more walking, scooting and cycling. If you have any questions about RouteGuard itself, the website provides you with lots of support, frequently asked questions, information around the app and how it can be used. If, of course, you want to contact me, not a problem, please contact me by using my email address, which is cheryl.evans@westbarts.gov.uk. Just to finish then, to say thank you very much for, again, joining me. Please keep safe, and hopefully I'll look forward to seeing some of you at the conference in 2021. Thank you for your time.